Hi, and welcome to the Ask Sue show. Hope everybody is all okay, and welcome to everybody who's in the chat room. If everybody could please, all the guests, please sign into Blog Talk Radio. We have got a very jam-packed show tonight, and you will want to be in the chat room to be able to get the links that we've got coming forward, and also for everything else. We are going to be calling people. We've got a lovely lady who's been absolutely fantastic at the moment, so we will be ringing her in just a couple of minutes. Also, please give us a call in 347-327-9694. That's 347-327-9694. I've just got to find the number to call now. You know when you just get caught off guard and I've forgotten to get the number ready. So if anybody also would like to email, it's asksueshow@gmail.com. That's asksueshow@gmail.com. Also, we've got a few different links that we are going to be posting into the chat room tonight as well. So please, by all means, get caught up with us in there. And, of course, it has been a very busy week. And, of course, to be able to try and keep me in line and for me to keep her in line, of course, we have got the Savage on the show. How are you doing, love? You okay?
Wow, that's my growl today. I'm doing.
I thought that was the screecher brakes as you slammed it in as we just rolled into the show here.
Oh, they sound much better than that. I just slid in sideways. I've been running around my home here and trying to get things taken care of, and of course the cat demanded a brushing before the show, and it's just crazy, but it's great. It's a great Monday. It's a great beginning of a new week. Every day I wake up is a great day. So how's your day, Sue? Like I don't know because we've been on the phone all morning.
I have got a sciatis. And it's catching.
So you want to tell the people? You would tell the people what we decided this week. We're actually going to have a 24-hour radio show where we just plug in our phones and people can listen to us 24 hours a day because we're on the phone about that much.
And just to let everybody know, it goes ups and downs all the time. 1 minute we're close to tears. The next minute we're laughing about something totally ridiculously stupid. Even down to, let's just say in the show, if you missed it the other day, please have a listen to the archives, because even when Kathy is talking about washing her veg daily, that's all I've got to say about the matter. Well, let me just say to everybody, it tickled me something pink in more ways than one, and I was in tears on the show. Absolutely a storm. That's all I can say. She's never going to live it down washing her veg daily. That's all I can say. And it's when she just...
Hold on. For these people who don't understand that British accent very well, I was referring to my veggie wash, my vegetable wash. So, enough said about that. Okay.
Yeah, but you finished it off when you said broccoli.
Oh, God. Yes, people were this crazy. Right. Good night, sleep.
Right. Now, first of all, before me and Kathy even start on a big, massive rant, we've got something, a very, very big, literally a massive announcement. Now, as you all know, me and Kathy have been very, very busy. We don't call ourselves Sue and Savage for nothing anymore. We are literally have took it one big step further, and I want to apologise to everybody who I have stalked with this, right? I need everybody who is in the Tennessee area to please help us out. I cannot shout this out loud enough unless the fact I got to America to actually go myself, okay? This is of utmost importance, and I need everybody to do this, okay? Urgent is not a severe enough word. We need your voice to be able to remove Mayor Baird and Betty Crumley. There is a commissioners' meeting tonight. Let me repeat, tonight, okay? That's April the 15th, just in case everybody rushes there and they're listening to the archives. It is April the 15th, Monday. It's at Campbell County Courthouse at 6 o'clock tonight. That's Campbell County Courthouse, 6 p.m. tonight. If you can get there, please go. Please try and support myself and Kathy, who unfortunately cannot get there, but we need as many bodies and as many people as that place can possibly take. Everybody has said about how disgusted they are about Betty and about William Benton, everybody that's doing with this. But we need your bodies, we need your voices, we need an impact. We need you, everybody who can get there for 6 o'clock tonight. Please, I am begging you from the bottom of our hearts that we have worked so hard for this, but we cannot get there. The only people that can get there are you, are the ones that are local. You can actually be making a difference. Now, let me just repeat. This is Campbell County Courthouse. 6 p.m. tonight. That's 570 Main Street, Jacksboro, Tennessee, 37757. If you cannot get there, literally by foot or plane or anything else, please ring in 423-562-2526. That's 423-562-2526. So please call, but that only call if you cannot physically get there.
Please be
severe enough.
Please be respectful in your calling. Please do not go off on a tangent. These people are just doing their job, and I just want to ask you to please be thoughtful and respectful. Act like an intelligent adult when you're calling, and remember that this is their job, and they're doing the job for your county. So, with that said, what's next, Susan?
I tell you what, I really want to be screaming down the phones for them to get there. It's like I can't. Oh, me and Kathy have just worked so hard these last 2 weeks, and this is so important. We just cannot put the importance out there enough. So please, please go there and please help as much as you can. And if you do go, you can by all means ring in the show, give us an update. If you're on the way there, by all means ring in and tell us that you're going. 347-327-9694. Please give us a call in. And also ring that number to get their attention as well. And like I say,
So you and I have indeed worked very hard, but I really want to give a shout-out to, I can't even begin to tell you how many people from that local area who have given us information through our private email, people who have taken photographs, made notes, recorded things, video, audio, researched information, gotten articles for us. I just can't tell all of those people how much their effort. We appreciate your effort so much, and without you, we could never have come this far. So, politicians are voted in, and they can be all of a sudden the next election voted out, if not removed before then. And when there's corruption, alleged corruption, or blatant corruption, people's attention needs to be turned towards that. Your taxpayer dollars that you work hard for do not need to support something that you don't support. So you as the taxpayer need to stand up and, speak your mind and let your political leaders know what you want, because they still work for the people. It is we the people printed on our money, folks. It is we the people that begin our Constitution. And your First Amendment is the right to assemble. So getting together and speaking your voice is your right as an American.
Exactly. So please, anybody and everybody, please go and support as best you can. And also, please, if you've not gone to our page yet, just type in Exposing Betty Crumley, and please, you will find the page. The links will be put into the chat in just a moment. If not, go on the Ask Sue. Yep, and if you can't get into there, go and see Ask Sue Radio Show Network page on Facebook, and you'll find all the links in there as well. Actually, you'll be stalked with them. Right. Let me breathe for a minute, right? Because we've got quite a few things we want to do tonight, don't we, Kathy? But first of all, we're going to give an absolute amazing lady a call. This lady is called Cindy, and she has walked 350 miles because she's got a voice and is putting that where it needs to be. So hopefully she'll be answering in just a second.
She is amazing, and she needs our support.
Hello.
Hi, Cindy. How are you doing? Welcome to the Ask Sue Show. You're live on the air.
How are you?
All the better for hearing you. Have you arrived? Did it go okay? Tell us what happened and what you've been up to.
What I have done is I have walked from Point Harbor, North Carolina, all the way to, I'm in Alexandria, Virginia, which I'm 7 miles from Washington, D.C., the capital. And
yes.
What I'm trying to do is bring awareness of the gas chambers in this country that we still use to kill our animals. Dogs, cats, birds, it doesn't matter what they are, pigs, cows, they use them everywhere.
Yep.
It's a horrifying way to die. I don't want to kill any of them, but if I got to pick the worser of the two, then certainly I would want to put them. If they have to leave this cruel world as it is, I would want them to be nicely put down. You know, if they had to be, and that would be by injection instead of sticking them in a gas chamber. And you know what a gas chamber is, right?
Yep. But you explain to everybody anyway, for those that don't. Go on, carry on.
Okay, for the ones that do not know what it is, it's a cage they put them into. And in some places they still have like dumpster-looking things. They wheel them down. They pile them on top of each other in a dumpster, or sometimes the cage will just fit into this little chamber, and they will turn this gas on, carbon monoxide. And it's not like your car carbon monoxide. I don't really know exactly what kind it is, but it takes about 40 minutes to kill, especially a larger dog. And sometimes it chokes them. It burns their eyes, it burns their ears, it burns their nose, and they start feeling like they can't breathe. And so they start screaming, and they start biting on other dogs. They start clawing at the top, trying to get out. You know, they start to panic. They're in fear. Anxiety sets in for them, and they just go crazy. They just go berserk out of. And
Cindy, I have a question for you. You mentioned it takes the big dogs longer to die. Do the shelters really put the same size animals in there, or do they just throw the animals in there regardless of their size?
Doesn't matter the size. They throw the small ones in there with the big ones, and they hardly cannot. They're crammed in there so tight. They're kind of standing on each other, laying on each other, whatever it is, you know. And they don't really do anything to each other at the time because they're not aware of what's getting ready to happen, and they're a little bit scared. Like now, usually if you put two dogs together, they're going to start fighting. But in the video that I watched, the 3 videos I watched, they just were sticking dogs down, and some of them were using those shanks things that they put around their neck, and so they can lift them up into the box, and then down into the cage or whatever. And they just put big dogs, little dogs. You'll see them one by one, stuffing them in there. And then they put the lid down, turn the thing on, they walk away for 40 minutes. There it was I can't remember the dog's name. It was a beagle. I just read it, matter of fact.
Daniel the beagle.
That's right.
Yeah, Daniel the beagle. He survived. And the people that were in charge of the gas chamber of doing that job, they said they couldn't put that dog through it a second time, so they called somebody, a rescue or something, and some guy came and got him, and he actually ended up taking him. He was on Good Morning America trying to get the word out, you know, that this dog survived a gas chamber, which was a miracle. But, and it's actually, I take that back, because it's not really a miracle, because many times they have to do it twice, you know. And if you put a dog to sleep by injection, it costs $2.29. When you use the gas chamber, it's costing you $4.98, I believe, per dog. So They think it's cheaper, but it's not cheaper. The only reason they think it's cheaper is because they can just put mass quantities in there and just go about their business while all these dogs are suffering. And cats too. They don't. Sometimes cats and dogs are thrown in there together. Depends on what state or who's doing it and who really cares about it. Because there's some dirty secrets in those shelters that they don't even let us know about, and they're never going to let us know about. But it's horrible, and there's no reason for it. I mean, this was back in the concentration days. I don't understand why we need to use them.
Exactly.
I think our country should be. I want to believe our country's better than this, and they need to put a stop to it. I want to bring it to everybody's awareness, because I don't even do it, and it has affected my life. So I have walked over 250 miles for this cause. That's how bad this has affected me. But every footstep, every step I took, every breath I walked, it was worth it. It will be worth it to me if we can get a bill changed.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else to tell you. It's horrible. I mean, if you want to go look, just...
Cindy, where did you first see this? How long ago is it that you've actually been fighting for this about the gas chambers?
I actually just started fighting this because I myself didn't know about it. Raising 2 kids and being a single mother, I've always rescued animals and stuff, even as a kid, because my mom and dad used to get so mad with me bringing all these animals home. But it's just in my nature to be kind, to especially to animals, But I didn't know. I knew about the gas chambers back when I was young, but I thought they did away with them. I thought as the years went on and, you get busy with your schedule and you just assume that as the world is changing, everything else is changing and things go away. We don't use gas chambers on people anymore. So I assumed they went away. One day on Facebook, somebody sent me a video, and that's when my whole life changed after that, to even try to, because I said, man, I wasn't even aware of it. How many other people don't know about it? So I'm trying, so I'm just trying to bring awareness, and it's hard for me to sleep. I cry a lot for these animals, even the ones that are being tortured without the gas, and I cry for them guys.
Absolutely.
At the hands of the American people, or any country, at the hands of humanity. That's crazy. We are totally going against, the laws of nature.
Cindy, Sue and I talk about this a lot. What have we become as a society, and I mean a global society? What kind of monsters has humanity become to accept these things that are being done without question, to accept them as it's okay to do, because it's not okay in any form or fashion, on any level is it okay to do these things. What have we become?
No, it's not, and I think it's the fast pace of life and the change of everything, and I don't know what, I mean, you had Bonnie and Clyde years ago. I'm trying to figure that out myself. What made people so mean? What made people have a hateful heart? I don't even know when this ever started. From the, when the shelters first opened, back when they started. How did we as Americans get this out of control? How did we allow this to happen? I ask myself that every day. How did we let this get out of control and not have some kind of consequences for what people do to animals or to people? If you have a child, you just can't take that child and say, okay, I don't want you anymore. My life has changed. I don't want you anymore. I can't. I decide you cost too much. I don't know, or whatever reason it is, or or you got some kind of medical expense I can't afford. Well, you can't do that. That's against the law. But if you have a dog, cat, you can just throw them on the side of the road and there's no punishment.
Cindy, I'd like to address what you just said about children, because before you even said it, I was thinking to myself, and Sue and I have talked about this on the show many times. We have become a society of it's disposable phones, disposable computers, fast food, you order, you drive through, you eat, you throw it in the trash on the way out. Everything has become throwaway. Friendships have become throwaway. Relationships have become throwaway. And even though children, for the most part, are not treated like what we're referring, like what we're talking about here as the animals go, because it's against the law. But, Cindy, we all know that, yes, it does happen to children. And unfortunately, parents are doing it in another way. Think about turnkey children, latchkey children, where the parents, and this makes me so angry, they give their kids a key to hang around their neck. The kids come home from school, no supervision. The parents are too busy. Mom and Dad are going to the gym. Mom and Dad stop by the bar on the way home and have a drink. The kid fends for himself or pulls some frozen pizza out of the fridge and cooks it for dinner. Who is with that child doing the homework? No one. Who is with that child sitting around the dinner table talking about what happened that day? No one. So, in essence, those parents doing this are throwing away their children, too. And I pray for the day the world wakes up and these parents wake up, because children emulate or do what they see. And what kind of society are we raising to have this lack of compassion and caring, to have this disposable mentality that everything can be thrown away? You don't like your sister? Big deal. Forget about the relationship. You don't like your son or daughter? Just ignore them. They'll grow up one day and they'll be on their own. Am I wrong? I mean, I think you'll both agree with me here that this is supposed to come.
Yep.
I totally agree with you, because I think about it all the time. And for people to say, well, I had to work. Okay, well, you know what? I raised 2 children on my own, got a job, got a pretty decent job, It wasn't a lot of, and so for people, but I didn't go out drinking. I mean, so for when people tell me, well, I'm a single mother and times are rough, well, get a job. Get out there and get a job, and you only got to work 8 hours, and some people do got to work another job. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is you took the responsibility on having a child. You need to take the responsibility of raising that child. I think the way the world is gone is fast-paced. Fast-paced. I follow with my sister. My sister threw her daughter to everybody in the family, and she left her alone at the age of probably 6.
Oh, God.
6 years old, leaving her home by herself. She's letting her wear makeup at the age of 12. Do you know that if I got caught wearing makeup at the age of 12, my dad blistered my butt?
Oh, after he scrubbed it off your face with a Brillo pad, believe me, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, so I think we want our kids to grow up too fast, and therefore there's no supervision. The parents are out. And it is a learning thing. We do got to teach. We need a class in school from kindergarten all the way up to 6th grade to teach these kids compassion, because they're not getting taught at home. And that is where it falls back on our animals. That is truly where it's going to start, and that's where it's got to end.
Yeah.
If we don't teach children, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, because if you talk to some of these kids like I've talked to some, they didn't know any better. They don't know any better.
Do you know, I say this all the time. Everybody blames society, but each one of us is society.
You're right. Absolutely. Cindy and Sue, I'm going to tell you both something that I'm dealing with right now, and this is relative to the conversation, and I want, if anyone in the listening audience can relate to this, if this is you, this is not a story about a particular person who's listening. It's one of my neighbors in my community. But if you can relate to this, then please step back and take a second look at your family and your children and put yourself in this position. There's a young woman who married her second husband about a year ago. She's a son and a daughter. The son's 8, the daughter is 13. And her husband, when the children, he worked all the time and she stayed home with the children. Well, this new husband of hers is taking her down a real dangerous and wrong path. I'm not going to go into details because that part's not relative. However, what is relative is that she no longer spends any time with her children. She says to me, well, when I married right after high school and had children, and I've never had a chance to go to the bars. I've never had a chance to party and get high or whatever. And I'm looking at her and I'm saying, you know what? Your children did not ask to be born into this world either. So don't give me any of that. There's no excuse. That's a reason. They're all excuses. So you need to step back and take a look at your life. Her worst fear is her mother getting custody of her children. And I flat told her just yesterday, I said, your worst fear is about to come true because you are going down the wrong path. So you didn't get to do all these things when you were younger. What gives them more importance than your children right now? Why is everything that you, quote-unquote, missed more important than your children right now? And this is a good example of it.
Right, but have you ever noticed everybody talks about me? They say the word me. Or I didn't get to do this, or I did, why are you treating me so bad? It's always me, or I. And it's like, you know what? I'm over all you guys saying this because I raised 2 kids and I wasn't hanging out at the bar because I made a choice to have a child and 2 children at that, and I made a commitment. It was a lifelong commitment, and that's what you call love. That is what you call love.
That's
and if
right.
you can't commit to that, then you should have not had children to begin with. And that's just my belief, and you can give all the excuses you want. I didn't raise my kids. My mom used to tell me, you can be poor, but you ain't got to act poor.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? You can live in a rundown house where the roof leaks, but you can still have your pride. You can still have respect. You can still live clean. You can keep whatever you live in. You can keep it clean as it can always be clean. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I see some of these kids running around, and now we're on the kids because that's really not the issue. I mean, yes, it's the issue because it starts at the children's age. Because if they don't get taught, then this world's going to be sorry. This world will be sorry in the next 10 years. If things don't change. But it's about animals now. It's about I want to get to Congress. I want to get them to know about the gas chambers. And I just feel like our country's better than this. You teach us to be kind and the liberty and they're taking everything from us. If you think about it, they're taking everything from us. They want to take the God out of the schools and the churches, and it's just I just don't get it. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying because it's kind of like I just get so mad at things.
Exactly. I know what you mean.
So it all falls back to the parent. We are talking about the children, but as I mentioned a moment ago, children do what they see. How do you think all these little 4, 5, and 6-year-olds know profanity? It's because they hear it in their home.
Yeah.
So
yes, I agree.
The reality is that the parents need to wake up, and it's just like that woman that I was just referring to. Those children did not ask to be born, and those children, she made the conscious decision to have not 1 but 2 children. 2 children. So we're all on the same page here.
I totally agree with you. I got a niece that should not even have any children at all, and I'll tell you why. It started with parents. It started with my own sister because she didn't raise her own child, and the child is messed up now. I think that she's messed up, and she's looking for love in all the wrong places. And it's not. I mean, some people have children because they're looking for love, but that's not the answer. That's not why you should have children. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she made my grow up too fast, and I think that's what's wrong with this world. That parents have to work. They're not at home to do much with them. They're not. They're self-taught basically. The the only learning they get really is from school and their peers, and that's not always the greatest thing. I'm not going to teachers, believe me, so don't get me wrong, but the peers are learning from the peers, and the peers don't even know themselves. You see what I'm saying? Children can't learn from children. You know, they got to learn from adults, or they're not going to learn. They're just not going to learn, and then this world is going to suffer. We're already suffering.
Right.
You know?
Let's stop you for a minute, because I want to bring you back to the gas chambers and your walk. I know, honestly, I could really join forces with the kid thing, and Kathy knows my situation with my eldest daughter. My last point that I would like to make to that is I don't think our governments have helped us to be parents, because they've took our respect from us, because we can't even bring them up how we want, because they're even trying to control us for that too. That's my last point to call. Right, going off that for a minute. So, what are you doing today as far as, obviously you've done your walk to show your awareness about the gas chambers. What are you doing today, or what have you done today as far as, where you're going, who you're talking to, blah, blah, blah? Do you know what I mean? Tell us an update, what else you want to do today.
I went to, this morning we got up and we went over to D.C. so we can get, Washington, D.C., so we can get a feel for where we were going to have to go, because it's been like 30 years since I've been there. And I wanted to make sure I was going to the right place, because I'm still going to be walking from there. I still got 7 more miles to walk. So I was trying to give my senators for North Carolina, which is Senator, help me out here, Tommy. Senator Kay Hagan and Richard Burr is our 2 senators for North Carolina, and our Congressman is Walter B. Jones, but I didn't get to see any of them, but I did get to speak to Richard Burr's assistant, which is his name is Matthew. I have his name written down somewhere. Matthew something, and so he was very, very compassionate. He sat down. We talked for like 30 minutes, and he asked me, because I wasn't able to see the senator because you have to have an appointment 3 weeks ahead of time. So I was there, and he did say that he wanted to know what time I was going to be there tomorrow for this march, and he asked me why, and couldn't believe I had walked to 250 miles already. He's going to pass it along to the senator, Richard Burr, and so basically that's pretty much what we did, to get our markings, and so I can start posting that on Facebook, because I wasn't sure exactly where I was going, but now I know where I'm going. If anybody's listening to this and gets the word out before I can get it on Facebook, we're going to the Senate building. It's called the Russell Building, up there by the Capitol Center. So that is where we're going.
Excellent. Great.
And, that is what I've done today, and I've talked to him, but he did say, he says, I'm not going to say what your cause is not important, because for you, you're very passionate. You just showed it, and you're bringing awareness to a lot of people. But he says there's other issues that they're working on right now, so they don't know how this will get through. I mean, push it along, because they're working on the immigration, he said, and the gun control thing is they got a big protest up there on the guns thing on Washington, about the people think they're taking the rights away for the guns. They're not saying you can't have guns and bear arms. They're just saying they don't want you to have assault weapons. To me, assault weapons were made for, and if you think about it, when our forefathers made that rule up, you got to remember we were using bow and arrows, and I'm not going to quote that because that's what my husband said. He says, back then when they made that rule, everybody can bear arms. Well, we only had rifles and bow and arrows when they made that rule, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
Do you think the forefathers were going to have machine guns? I doubt it.
Exactly.
Really. So when they made that law and put it in place, they had no idea the technology that was going to be today. To bear arms For me, I think he meant I think they meant that you can bear arms to protect yourself, but he didn't mean you can war yourself down with a bunch of army guns. You know, that's for our army people and our protectors. You know, the Navy, the Army, the Air Force. That's for those people. That's not for the everyday people that live here. That's my opinion. I know it can piss a lot of people off, but I don't think anybody needs an assault weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what. So they're fighting that up there. So, but I'm fighting the dog and the cat's battle and the animal battles. You know, and I'd also like to see tougher laws for the disposal of our animals, how they treat them.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
If you strip a dog's skin and you think that's funny, you need to have your own skin stripped, and let me show you how it feels. You want to trap our wolf? Stick your hand in a car door and slam it on it and see how it feels, and then that's how. You know, our animals have feelings. They feel like we do. If you look at an elephant looking at a baby dead, the whole elephant congregation will stay there for days, mourning that one elephant. So for people to tell me that these animals don't feel, I saw a baby bird one time dead, and there was 3 other birds standing around, but of course if you would have walked up on them, they would have flown away. They were standing there mourning over that one bird. So for people to say, well, these animals don't have feelings, oh, yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. It's like, and that's my whole, and people need to open their eyes, stop turning your cheek, wake up, and fight this, because I and thousands of other people can't fight it. This whole world needs to come together as a nation and say, we are better than this. We are going to do better.
Definitely.
You know? And that's all I want to do.
Cindy,
I just want us to show we're better people.
Yep. Cindy, I'm being asked in the chat room, what time will you actually be there to actually talk to these people, you know, for people that want to join you there at this, where was it?
I'm going to be
DC, wasn't it?
I'm going to be in Washington between 9 and 10. I'm leaving here at 6 in the morning. I got to walk 7 miles. It'll take me about 3 hours, so I should be there by 9. 10 at the latest.
Okay.
No.
Excellent. So if anybody wants to meet up with Cindy tomorrow, 9 o'clock to be there, and, you know, if you can get anybody knows any media that we can actually get there for her as well, please send them towards her, and let's see if we can get Cindy some more exposure. Do you know what I mean? And like I said to everybody, like I said, Cindy, it's a shame that everybody didn't tell her about the Ask Sue show before, so we could have got her and be ringing her every day to see how far she got, etc., and got more exposure. But, you know, please, everybody, if there's stories that you want us to share, there's things like this that, you know, Cindy's done and everything, you know, please email us, asksueshow@gmail.com, and let's see if we can get more exposure for people like Cindy. Cindy, you've done an absolute tremendous job. Thank you so, so much for calling in tonight. And just tell everybody your event that you've got on Facebook.
My event is Help Fight Against Animal Cruelty. And you can go there and you can read everything that I've done, and every day that I walked, I posted everything that was going on, and, you know, let people know, like, if I was camping out or if I ended up in a motel or how far I got that day. That's where all my posting goes, and I will post again where and what time I will be at Capitol Hill, so you can get information there. So that's at Help Fight Against Animal Cruelty. And what I'm trying to bring awareness is the gas chambers. I'd like to see that on a federal level to be abolished, to say it's going to be against the law to use the gas chambers, because it's a horrific way of dying, and it's not about me, please. It's not about me. Please, if you love your animals, if you've got animals and you love animals, please just come out to Washington, because it's not me. You're speaking for the animals. I can't stress that enough, because I don't want people to think it's about me. It's not about me. I just want people to know, get out there, because without you guys, we cannot win. We cannot win this war.
Yeah,
so that's really the big thing. We can't win. We can't win this law. If we want to change it, you got to get out there. And my old saying is, and it's been said everywhere around the world probably is, if you're going to walk the walk, you need to talk the talk. Or vice versa.
If you're going to talk the talk, you need to walk the walk.
That's right. I said it backwards.
I know what you mean.
I know.
That's because she's already walked the walk.
Well, I was going to say, if I've walked over 200 miles already, I wouldn't be thinking straight myself. I don't even know how you have the energy to talk to us, Cindy. Bless you. Thank you so much for what you've done.
I appreciate you giving me some airtime and trying to get this out for me. I appreciate all the work that you're doing for the animals and other humane things and humanity and everything that you guys do and bring a light to a lot of things. So I appreciate you letting me talk, and hopefully we'll reach a lot of people, you know?
Yes.
Thanks.
Well, Cindy, you're welcome to give us a call in any time. If you've got any other things coming up, please get in touch with us, won't you?
I certainly will. I got you on Facebook, and anytime I want to, do something and I think it needs to be brought to, I'm definitely going to call you guys. And, from the UK, guys, I love you guys. I love you guys.
Well, I'm from the United States. I'm a Southern girl. Can't you tell?
Where are you from? I did catch that Southern accent.
Let's just say I'm a Southern girl, and nobody wants to mess with a pissed-off Southern woman, so that's all I want to say.
I agree
That's why the show works so well, but with me and her, you're all in trouble.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Cindy, thanks so much thanks for everything that you've done, Cindy, and please keep in touch with us. Let us know how you get on.
Yes.
I
yes,
certainly
please.
will. In touch with me, and I thank you for everything. Just thank you, and everybody, look, help fight against animal cruelty. Please go there if you want to know any more of what I'm working on. And it's not, and again, it's not about me; it's about the animals.
Thank you so much, Cindy.
Thank you again.
Thanks, Cindy. Bye-bye, honey. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And thank you very much to Cindy for, I'll say us calling her in. It's an absolute lovely lady. And let's just say I'm sure we could fill a 2-hour slot with things that she'd like to talk to us, bless her. So let's see. Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, we could have had a total rant, couldn't we? So,
yeah, I just sent you a little message there. You have that little message,
I wish
right?
you wouldn't do it. You know I can't talk and read at the same time. You talk while I read.
Well, that's what happens when there's an ocean between us, dear.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Do I need to wash my veggies while you're reading?
Yeah, all right, broccoli. Right, do you want to... Can I just say to everybody, right, myself and Kathy have been very busy today, chucking things together and trying to get this meeting exposed. So what I'm going to do for a minute is I'm going to pass you over to Kathy, who's going to give you an update of who you need to be calling or where you need to be going in the next few hours. So, Kathy, do you want to take over for a little second?
Absolutely. I'm more than happy to. Let me go and pull up the information here in front of me, because we do have some serious information to share with y'all. Please, if you will go to the Exposing Betty Crumley page, we have a post pinned to the top, and you can get all the information there. Don't worry about getting a piece of paper and pencil and scratching this down right now. But we need your voice to remove Mayor Baird and Betty Crumley. There is a county commissioners meeting tonight, April 15th. Tonight, county commissioners meeting at the Campbell County Courthouse at 6 p.m. Now, the courthouse is at 570 Main Street in Jacksboro, Tennessee. The address is in this post, and the phone number is in this post. I will see right now, in fact, let me go ahead and I'll post this into the chat room. Don't just call. Show up. I mean, this is America. This is your First Amendment, your right to assemble. So go together, make your voices heard. The county commissioners, they can make a change about who has jurisdiction over the animal shelter. They can also decide Betty's future with regard to the shelter. So let's make this happen. As I said just a moment ago, our First Amendment gives us the right to assemble. But what's most important here, please do so peacefully and respectfully. We do not condone acts or threats of violence. We do not condone it. We will not tolerate it. We will not stand behind you if you do this. Act like adults, speak civil, and that way you'll get something done. I do also want to tell you that the list of commissioners is in this post, and there's so much information here that I really can't give you all the information. It would take me the rest of the show. So thank you, Bill, for posting that link, exposing Betty Crumley. Again, we ask everyone to please go to the commissioners' meeting tonight. We need your voice, and we need your participation. Again, please be respectful in talking to these people. We've had several people call them by phone, and if you're nice and considerate to them, because they're just doing their job, they'll be nice to you. If you talk respectfully, then they will treat you the same way. We've had people say that they've called and the conversation went well because they acted like adults. You know, they're not acting like some kind of rabid animal and yelling and screaming and making threats. And since the beginning of this, we have never, ever, ever, ever asked anyone, nor do we condone threats and hate speech. And, yes, do comments get past us on the page? Yes, of course they do, because we've had such participation in the page. But we try to take them down as quickly as possible. There's just so much that, you know, we can do as administrators of that page. Sue, is that coverage?
Yep, that sounds good to me. Okay. Now, very quickly, Kathy, this lady that we're going to call, the one you've just inboxed,
yes.
It's very difficult to Morse code without saying too much. But we're just going to call. Do you want to call this lady now?
No. She had to stop for a moment, but I will be getting a message as soon as she's able to speak. It shouldn't be but just a few more minutes. And
right.
then we can
do you want to call? Do you want to call that list?
Sure, absolutely. Pick one, and let's just go ahead and call. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I've just got to find it because I've gone and clicked the link off and now I can't find it. So give me 2 seconds and I'll find that at the same time. Do you know, there is so much going on, everybody. I do apologise if it seems like we're a bit rattly today. It's only because we're just trying to chuck everything together and there's so much to be doing at the moment. It's just been absolute crazy. So as you all know, usually an earlier show usually means that we're going to do something random. And, of course, that has to happen. Hold a minute. Let me just make sure I got the right number before I go and mess it up totally. Right. Hold on. Now, this one, Kathy, is going to be messed up if I don't press the right link. Hold on a minute.
You know, one thing I do want to say, some of the news articles and people, which I have found very, very few people who support this shelter, they're saying that the euthanasia rate is 80%. Well, how is that? People are telling us that, you know, we're providing misinformation. Excuse me. How is it misinformation when the records came from the shelter itself showing a 96% euthanasia rate? 96% euthanasia rate. Now, I've never heard of a shelter in the country. And Betty Crumley, I'm sure you're listening, and you're probably proud of that. What kind of monster is proud of murdering 96% of the animals that the shelter receives? I mean, I just don't understand it. And here again, I'm going to refer to the definition of narcissist sociopath. I'm not calling you one, Betty. I'm just comparing the two. I'm just looking at the definition, and I'm looking at your behavior. So please get that straight, that I'm comparing the two. So, you know, with that said, have you determined which one you want to call, Sue?
Yes, I've just inboxed you who we're going to give a ring to. So let's just see. Do you know what? I've gone off the link again, for goodness sake. Come on. Right, thank you. I'll get my head together in a minute, I promise. Right, we're going to ring a few of these people who are obviously about the old bed. Do you want to talk, Kathy, and then I'll back you up?
No, you go right ahead.
Oh, bless him. Oh, I don't think he wanted to talk to us.
My goodness, I know.
Oh, that was a big shock to the old system. I think what we'll do, Kathy, is we'll ring, the one that we've told everybody to ring tonight. If they can't get there, I think we should give them a ring.
Absolutely. I'm not leaving your side. You know that.
Oh, I tell you what, you should see, honestly, if you could see the mess I'm in. I've got so many windows open and so many things. I don't know if I'm coming or going now. What exact, this number that we've told everybody to ring, is that actually, let me just go back. So this is the Campbell County Courthouse we're going to ring now. Let's ring them.
It's just amazing to me how everyone has so much to say, but they won't talk on the phone.
County Mayor's office.
Hello. Is it possible to speak to the mayor at all, please?
To who?
To the mayor at all, please? Is the mayor there to speak to?
No, he's in a meeting right now. Can I take a message for him?
Oh, right. Is there anybody else we could speak to at all on his behalf?
I'm the deputy mayor. You can speak to me.
Oh, hi. My name's Sue. I'm on the Ask Sue show. You're live on the air. We've got an international radio show, and we'd like to know any information you can give us with regard to, obviously, Mayor Baird and also the Betty Crumley situation, please.
The latest on it is that the mayor has launched an investigation. The DA has also launched an investigation to see if any criminal acts have been committed. The animal shelter has been shut down temporarily, and the staff has been sent home, and we're looking for a new direction, but we're waiting until all the reports come in from all of the inspections and investigations that are going on.
Right. And how long is it since you've known of the actual things that have been going on behind the scenes at the shelter? How long have you been aware of this?
We saw the video that was placed online probably about 2 or 2.5 weeks ago, of which most of that video was not even from our shelter. We don't know who put the video together, but a lot of it was not even concerning our shelter. But during our investigation, we did find some things that we felt were worthy of being investigated. So that's what we're doing at this present time. Okay.
Can you tell us what parts of the video wasn't actually at the shelter? Because obviously, on the Asu show, I'm always proud to say that I always sit on this garden fence, and I want to obviously hear your side of it. I mean, obviously you wouldn't be at the shelter every day to know exactly what's going on, and that's fair enough. But obviously there is money that is being put in there by yourselves, and obviously there is responsibilities by yourselves and Mayor Baird and etc. But what parts of that video isn't actually, as far as you're concerned, that shelter?
Well, two that we know are not. You see the one picture of the animal control officer that looks like he's dragging a dog down the hallway. You can see on both sides that there's kennels on both sides. We have nothing that even resembles that. All of our kennels are in a single line on one side of the building, and the one where you saw 25 or 30 dogs laying out back all scattered out that were all dead and everything, that was not ours because we don't even have an area around our center that looks like that appears to be that. Everything else
Can I just say that actually wasn't on the video. That was on the Facebook page.
Okay, well that was not our shelter.
Right, and also on that Facebook page, that didn't actually say on the Facebook page that was from your shelter. That was a stock photo that was put on top of that, and that has actually been put on the Facebook page as well.
It was put on there to incite animal lovers, and it done exactly like that. It's caused death threats to Miss Crumley. Miss Crumley did not do any of the euthanizing. She is not a euthanization officer. There's certified officers that do that. She was merely the business manager of the facility. She did not put any animals to sleep, and she was not responsible for putting animals to sleep or putting them in the freezer or whatever.
Okay, but okay, all right, okay, that's fair enough. Let's just say then she didn't euthanize any. I'm sitting on the garden fence again for that. But at the end of the day, it's no good saying she's not responsible. She is a manager. She is responsible of what goes on.
Could I speak? Could I speak?
Yes, certainly. I was just replying.
She is the manager, and she was responsible for the operation. That is why she is not there now. That is why the investigation has removed her and the staff from out there. We had staff that stepped forward and said that they said there was things going on, but some of them had been there 2 and 3 years participating. If it was true, they were participating. And when they stepped forward, we launched an investigation, and Ms. Crumley has been removed along with, everybody at the center as of right now.
Okay. Now, what about the people who is actually got a license then to euthanize under the shelter rules?
Yes, there's 2 of those.
And who are they?
Well, I'm not going to give you their names. Everybody out there has threatened to kill these people. The DA, the District Attorney General, who handles all criminal cases, he's the one investigating that, and he will do a very good job at it. And if there's criminal charges to be placed, I assure you he will. And it will matter not what the outside world thinks. The DA will do what's right, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
I certainly hope so. Can I just say, though, as far as the Facebook page, if you look down the Facebook page, please look down the whole page, and I will promise you right now, here on the show and in front of the whole world, that Facebook page has never once told anybody to threaten anybody. Nobody from the admin of that page has ever asked anybody to ring you to go and literally threaten you. But I will say this, that people are upset. They are grieving by what they have seen on those videos, and those videos are horrific.
That is exactly why we have also got an investigation to see who put the video together to incite all of the animal lovers and to hurt all them, and we will find out who posted those, because they posted it in a way that it appears that everything that they're saying is true, and it is from our animal center. It is not all true, and it's not from our animal center. And we also will find out with the help of the TBI and the FBI who it was that put the film together and posted it and making it look like it was all us. Now, we're doing what we can do as far as straightening out our center, which is a wonderful center in itself. And so we have removed all the personnel. We're doing the investigation. The DA is doing a criminal investigation, and we'll take appropriate action and go the right direction when all the reports come in.
Yeah.
And beyond that, I can't make any more comments, and except to wish you well and thank you. We appreciate your time and your call, but we have got the matter under control. Thank you, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you very much for coming on to the show. Very interesting.
Well, you were handling the conversation so well. That's why I didn't say anything, because you had very good questions.
Can I just tell everybody I am shaking. My hands are. Can I just say to everybody, and I can feel I'm really emotional right now, that myself and Kathy have worked 20 hours a day with all the rest of you people from Tennessee, and I am begging every single one of you, did you hear that guy? Even though that video is showing evidence that is their shelter, they are still denying that was under that roof. I am begging every single one of you to get on your phones and ring them hotlines with no threatening behavior, because I do not want him to be able to say that this show instigated any threatening behavior, because we have not. I'll tell you what I do instigate. I instigate justice, and I expect those dogs to have their souls forgiven for being able to be put through all of that. And I think it's damn well disgusting that any mayor or anybody can say that is lies on that video. You will be found and you will be brought to justice, because us and this page and everything is never going to stop. We are going to continue this until your asses are wiped clear. I tell you, because you have spoken and spilt enough crap to last a lifetime. And I am disgusted that he came onto the show, Kathy, and actually sat there and said that video wasn't from his shelter. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
I'm really having to bite my tongue to make a comment right now. I'm going to hold it till later because that will be another whole show with this comment. Well, I think we have a caller, too, that we need to call.
Oh, my goodness, yes. I do apologise to everybody, but, we have really, really put our hearts together, and I'm just... just to let everybody know that, am I right in saying that was David Young that we just spoke to?
Yes. Mhm.
Right. I've just got to calm myself down because I'm feeling a bit... we'll breathe. I'll tell you what, Kathy, should we just have a little tune so we can both pull ourselves back together and then we'll do our next call? Is that okay?
Absolutely, that's fine. Absolutely.
Right, so what we'll do is we'll just have a little tune just to calm ourselves down and get us back ready for the next part. Please, everybody, anybody who wants to give us an email to give us an update or anything you want to bring to our attention, by all means, please. You can email asksueshow@gmail.com. That's asksueshow@gmail.com. We'll just have a couple of minutes for a little song and we'll be back with you shortly.
There can be miracles when you believe. Oh, hope is strength. It's hard to get. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe somehow you
Welcome back to the Ask Sue Show, where all the action always happens, where we get totally different people on every single day. We never know what's going to happen next, and of course it had to be with myself and of course the Savage. How are you doing, love?
I'm great. I'm wonderful. You're looking over some information that I just got in, and it's been a great show so far. I've thoroughly enjoyed talking with Cindy. It's amazing that one woman can just decide to go out and walk over 200 miles. How many miles again was it she said? Do you remember?
250 miles. Well, she thinks it's about that. She's got to sit and work it out properly, but she's saying it's going to be about 250 miles, she thinks.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, my hat's off to her, and I do hope everyone will go to her the page that's posted in the chat room there to show your support for her, because that's an amazing thing she did. And she didn't ask for like what the first donation. She didn't ask for help. She didn't ask for anything, did she? She just went out and did it on her own. Wow.
Exactly. Absolutely amazing. Now, we've got a caller who we're going to call. We're not going to say this lady's going to be staying anonymous. So we're just going to ring this number. Hopefully she'll be waiting here to speak to us.
Stops in my toes, makes me crinkle my nose. Wherever it goes, I always know. Do you make me smile? Please stay for a while now.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You are live on the Ask Sue show. Hope you're okay.
I am.
Good, good. Now I'm going to leave you to talk, to say what you want to say.
Oh, wow. What do I want to say? I want to say, first of all, thank you to everyone for all the support for the animals of our county. We've had a tremendous outpouring of compassion and understanding and just a general care feeling from everyone. But I do feel like we have a long way to go.
Definitely. Kathy, is there anything you want to ask or say?
Well, her comment, have a long way to go. I think it's so sad that taxpayer dollars are going to fund something, and the people have, according to what we're hearing, the people have no say in this. They vote in political leaders, yet the leaders aren't listening to the people. And I just, I don't understand that. I just don't understand how, if taxpayer dollars got them there and taxpayer dollars are supporting the shelter, I don't understand why the politicians are not listening to the people. So, because obviously a lot of people are infuriated and outraged over this. So, it kind of leaves me with my mouth hanging open because this is just, I don't know. It's
ridiculous.
And now people are coming forth, to speak their mind and say how they feel. And for that, I'm grateful because now I know that different organizations around the county now have gotten more support because of this and the awareness, and people are coming forth and supporting these groups. And that makes me happy because I'm referring to groups that are trying to rescue these animals and trying to do the right thing.
Call it, what is the sort of atmosphere around the shelter at the moment? What are people feeling around the area at the moment?
I think a lot of people are in shock and disbelief. There have been, there's a rumor here and a rumor there over, I guess, the past few years, and they're easily explained, supposedly. And I think until someone sat down and added them all up and made a list of everything, it really didn't seem to make any sense, and it wasn't even believable. You just can't believe that so much could be corrupt in one small place.
Exactly.
But it is. And then when you try to rationalize it and say, oh, well, there has to be a money trail, there has to be, all these theories, and none of them make sense. And the only thing I can think of is that you cannot rationalize it because it's not a rational thought process, and we're never going to know why all these things have been going on for so long. I really don't think we will.
You used a very good word there, rational, and none of this is rational.
It's not. No, not at all. Not at all. But it is the talk of the town, and I just hope that people will put their money where their mouth is and actually show up and support the animals and fight for what's right, and not make it a personal issue with the director or with the ACOs. That should be dealt with, in my opinion, criminally. It shouldn't be. They shouldn't be, tried in the public eye. They should be tried through the legal system, in my opinion. And I feel like that the animals are what are important because they don't have a say, and the only one that can stand up for them is us.
Yeah.
Well,
and the thing, this is what we. Sorry, Kathy, go on.
Well, no, without us, the animals don't have a voice, and, you know, this behavior is just not acceptable. And, you know, for Sue and I, we have tried to remain calm about this, but, you know, when you see these things and you see the video of a separate video than the one we're talking about here, the one that Mr. Young was talking about, a separate video where this dog, they think is dead, and it raises its head to look at the camera. I screamed so loud when that happened because it took me by complete surprise. And I know my neighbors heard me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I have seen that video. I have seen that, and honestly, I feel like if whoever, when they made that YouTube video, that's what they should have put in there, because that really shows truly what was happening in that little snippet of time.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
It's heartbreaking. It is.
Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you, I've never seen that in all my life. I've never seen that. So it really, it shook me when I saw it. And, you know, just when you think you've seen everything and then you see that, it just goes to show you that there's a lot of things going on that we're not familiar with and that we're not prepared to see. And I'm not just saying in regard to the shelter. I mean everywhere. You know, it's going on a lot of different places, and it's just, I'm sure there's worse than that we haven't even seen yet. So that's the point I'm trying to make here. I just
well, you know, I have witnessed a couple of euthanasias, not at the shelter, but in private veterinarian offices, and probably 3 in the last month, 6 weeks or so. And I feel like I know how the process should work, and there should be compassion, and there should be some tenderness. And to see that video, there's no compassion, there's no tenderness, there's not even a care in the world, it doesn't seem. And that's what's heartbreaking. Someone should have been holding those dogs and caressing them and comforting them and telling them it was okay.
Absolutely. In their last moment, can whoever is doing this not find an ounce of compassion in their own heart? This is a living, breathing soul. You know, it may be a human. It has 4 legs, but it still has, you know, a spinal column, a central nervous system. They feel emotions. They mourn their young. They mourn the loss. I had someone call me the other day and ask if I could help her find another dog as a companion for the dog she had, because the prior companion had passed away, and she said her little dog was mourning itself sick, that it missed its companion, missed its buddy, you know. So they do have feelings and they do have emotions. I just don't understand these people who say otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, if you go in and you sit with one during that process, I guarantee that whoever thinks that they don't have feelings and they don't understand would quickly change their mind.
I've only had to put down one animal in my entire life, and I'd had her for 16 years, and she developed pneumonia, and she just could not recover. And she woke up one morning, woke me up one morning, gasping for air, and she let me know it was time. And I can't imagine. I mean, it was hard enough to do it the way we did it at the veterinarian's office with her in my arms as she closed her eyes. And, you know, I was telling her how much she was loved, and she would always be my baby. And, you know, the emotions that we go through. And I just can't imagine the terror these animals feel. They've seen other animals around them put to sleep, and they smell death, and they hear the cries and the barking, and then they're handled by a person with no feeling and no compassion. I can't imagine a more horrific death than that. I really can't. It breaks my heart.
No, I imagine it to be quite mechanical. But, I mean, that's how I imagine it. Is it couldn't be done? It couldn't be done any other way, because you can't have any feelings at all if you're going to do it that way.
Yeah, you're right.
I just don't understand it, but I don't know that we ever will. All we have to do, I think, is just move forward and demand change and let everyone in our county know that we all know that it's going on and we will not allow it to continue.
Absolutely. How can I put this without sounding like an army soldier? Are the troops rallying around as far as working together as a team around the area?
It's a pretty rural area, so most of the communication I think that's actually going on is through social media. But it does appear that there is a growing troop by the day. I feel like there are more and more people that something clicks in their mind and they say, "Oh yeah, I remember a couple years ago, or if I went up there 2 years ago and I was treated so badly, now I understand that the animals were being treated even more horrifically." It's starting to come to everyone, just the, people that have had minor contact with the shelters. I'm hearing over and over and over again that it's usually not a positive experience.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's sort of figuring out that it's not just them, they're not an isolated incident. And that's kind of bringing everyone together.
Exactly. Well, thank you, for ringing in and giving us an update of what the area is like at the moment. And I appreciate all of the work that you're doing behind the scenes. Thank you very much for calling into the show.
Yep, thank you. You all have a good day.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
So much for everything. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Now, I'm hoping this is the caller that I'm wanting to come in. Let me just sort. Oops-a-daisy. Hold on a minute. I've just cut Kathy on. It's all right. I just accidentally nearly cut you off then. Hi, is this Cindy?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Cindy. Welcome to the show. Now, am I right in saying that you are the owner of one of the dogs that was in that horrific video?
Yes, ma'am. I am the owner of the black collie that was partially put down and finished in the freezer. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Cindy, first of all, I have got to give you my heart because my heart is smashed over your dog, okay? I've got to say first. Tell us the story on how come your dog was in the shelter in the first place. What happened?
Okay. Well, evidently it's 4th of July, and she's a rescue dog anyway. I rescued her from Georgia. When I took her to the vet for an X-ray, she had pellets of a 12-gauge shotgun in her spine. Well, it was 4th of July. She was gun-shy, afraid of storms. When this would happen, she'd run and jump in the bathtub, hunker down. Well, it was 4th of July. She was outside. She got scared. She took off. I called the shelter, and Betty Crumley herself, because I asked to speak with the manager, told me, no, they have not seen her, and she is not there. I've called rescues. I put it on Craigslist. I mean, I went above and beyond looking for this dog who loved me and that I had for 6 years. And so the way I found out in all these years, I have thought, what happened to Judy? It just tore me up the thought that maybe she's chained outside in the weather, or maybe somebody's beating on her daily. And I felt guilty for rescuing other dogs because she was still bearing on my mind because I love her so much and she loved me back. And then one day I'm just sitting there. I'm sorry, I'm getting teared up. I'm sitting there on Facebook.
It's okay. Take your time.
Yeah. And a friend of mine, she posted a video of WATE6, a viral video, and there lays my dog. There lays Judy. And just she wasn't even all the way put down, evidently, and then I see her in a body bag, and I also seen her sitting behind in the video of the pictures that went viral. She was sitting in a shelter behind bars with her tongue out, so she must have been super hot. She had a lot of thick hair. I tried to keep her groomed, yes, ma'am, that was my dog. That was my girl.
Good grief.
Oh,
So how old was Judy at this time?
How old was Judy? I got her, she was a year old, so she would have been 7 years old.
Good grief. And so how long had you had her for?
I had her for 6 years. She was 1 year when I had gotten her. I rescued her from a shelter there in Georgia. Yeah, when I lived in Georgia, and then we sold our home and we moved to Jacksboro, Tennessee, and that's where she was picked up. In that video, I Know My Dog Anywhere, that spot on that dog's elbow, that was a rough, tough, callous skin. No hair would grow there because she laid on it all the time. That's where she laid. And I know her anywhere. She had white around her mouth, a little bit of age coming on, and I seen that while she was sitting behind bars in the shelter with her tongue out, and I could see the white, and I've got pictures, and, I've posted them and what have you, and so anyway, yes, ma'am, that was my dog, my black collie, and her name was Judy, and I honestly feel Judy needs justice for the way she went down, and not only that, all those animals need justice for the way they went down in an inhumane manner, and out of greed. To me, I'm sorry if this is going too far, but I honestly feel like it was out of greed for the love of money, and that they were not euthanized properly, and just to save a dime. And that breaks my heart and hurts me severely to know that I'm involved in this. My girl, you hear these things, but it hit home. She was mine, and anyway.
Can I ask you? Have you actually been able to speak to anybody else who's, actually, do we know if there was any other people's dogs that have actually gone in there on the same situation?
No, ma'am, I have not. Why? Because I've left Tennessee. I now live in Texas. I'm doing everything from a computer and from a phone. I've talked with an attorney, and they thought maybe they might have had enough to terminate Betty Crumley. But evidently, from what I read and hear, no, they evidently need more. And here I am, and I'm a witness. I've got the pictures. I've got the proof. That was my dog. And please message us on the page.
Send us pictures, and we will put them onto the page. Because at the end of the day, this is just,
Yeah.
Me and Kathy have shed, and I know thousands of us have shed tears over watching those videos, but to know that was your dog as well, I take my hat off to you and my total respect, because you've actually rang into the show, because I wouldn't like to say how I would feel if I was in your shoes, because, I've had to have my dogs put down because of illness and things, but to know that they were murdered, at the end of the day, it's murder. I don't care what anybody says. It was murder, and to have your dog murdered like that, and to be able to find out that way as well, horrific. Absolutely horrific.
Yes, it was horrible. She was my kid. I have no children, and my animals. I have a house full now, and I love them dearly, just like someone would love their own flesh and blood. She was mine, and I appreciate you, Karen, 100%. I truly appreciate you, Karen.
Thank you.
Oh, Cindy, listen, I just wish that, the thing is, I've heard so many people say that they've been fighting this for a long, long time, and they've just been either told to shut up or put up. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's a small community, but with big politicians that are stood above people. People have just been too frightened to talk, too frightened to speak out,
Well,
but people, I'm asking everybody, after speaking to that David Young, after speaking to this caller and the one before, I am begging all of you again, please, please help us with this fight. We have got to get this even bigger. We need the page link to be out there. We need this lady's dog, the video of this dog. I know it's horrific for Cindy to see it, but we need that video to get out there. We need justice for Judy. We need justice for all of these dogs and these cats that have been killed. It's a bigger story, and we know for a fact there is more to be exposed yet, and we're not giving up. Justice is going to carry on. We don't care how long it takes. This isn't going to end.
Well, thank you so much. And I want to say one more thing. I'm like I say, I love the animals dearly, and I took a walk through there one time, and it was probably, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. It was just right before my dog got lost, and not a few months, and I had walked through there and spoke with Betty Crumley, spoke with the manager, and she told me personally that they were county funded and they were barely getting by. So therefore, my heart went out to her, went out to the shelter, and I went out directly and bought dog food and cat food and brought it in there and just laid it in the bags and bags on chairs. Every payday I'd go out, and that was my first thing I bought was dog food, cat food, took it right up there, dropped it off, and was trying to help out. But I was under the impression they were barely getting by. And there were no beds, and there were no blankets for those animals. While I was visiting that shelter several times while I was giving food, there never once was a bed nor a blanket. And it was hot.
We've had several people write us and say that they even took blankets and beds by, that Betty refused to use them. Even in the wintertime, for 5 years, she never turned the heat on. That's a cruel environment right there.
Yes,
Puppies,
and my dog was...
Puppies?
Right, and my dog had so much hair, and you could tell in the picture she was grown out because I had to keep her shaved. I know she was just absolutely burning up. She was hot anyway with all that hair, and then on top of that, sitting in a concrete building, and oh my, the depression would be horrible. My.
So, can I just ask you? Obviously, the dates. Obviously, it's hard to try and work out, but how long do you think your dog had actually been in the shelter at that time? Can you work out dates of round about how long she'd been in there for?
Well, let's see. It was July 4th she took off. I called Betty several times then and a year later and asked her had they had her. And she said no. And that's when I posted on Craigslist a year later, because it had ate me up for a year. So it was a full year that I was searching for my dog that hot and heavy. And I had spoke with her several times through the year, or her and a couple others who worked there whom I don't know. But I had asked for the manager, and it definitely was Betty Crumley. And they said, no, they hadn't seen my dog. So really, I don't know. I have no clue how long she had been there. But my impression would be she weighed, they give them 2 to 3 days, and then they put them down. I don't know.
Oh, God.
I don't know if somebody else found her and she left them, and maybe she left them looking for me, and then the shelter got her. I don't know. But I do know that is my duty in that video, and I will definitely post the pictures.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. By all means, please tag me in them or send them to me either way. You can even send to the email asksueshow@gmail.com. Okay? Or send me either way.
Okay. Sounds good. I sure will do that, and I appreciate you helping me and helping Judy and all the other animals out there. I truly, truly appreciate it.
Cindy, I know I'm miles away, but please just accept our sincere thoughts and a massive hug from the UK and, of course, from Kathy in America. Everybody is truly, truly sorry, and we just apologise. We couldn't get to expose her even sooner, but, this fight's going to continue, and thank you very much for ringing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, and there is a purpose why this has surfaced at this time in our lives. There is a purpose. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thanks ever so much, and thank you very much for calling in.
Okay, all right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It breaks my heart to hear her tears, but I can't begin to imagine the moment that she first saw that video and saw her dog. I can't begin to imagine. I can't put myself in that place. It's so sad. Oh, gosh. Well, I look forward to the photos that she posts, don't you? You look forward to the photos, definitely. Right? I do.
Yep. And, anybody that's on our page, the Betty Crumley exposing page, please, we will be posting those pictures as soon as we get them from Cindy. We will be putting those pictures on to prove the fact that her dog was murdered by Betty Crumley. I want to thank everybody so far for the show, and thank very much for your messages. And, of course, please keep sharing any information you have to us at the page. And we appreciate everybody's support of this because it's been absolutely fantastic, the support. And thank you very much to everybody for that. Right, we're going on to, now let me get this right, thunder, is that right, Kathy? And I don't mean the weather or my attitude at the moment.
Right. I'm sending you the link to the story right now, Sue. This story has tugged at the hearts of so many animal advocates around the world, and it's just, while you're looking at it, I'll acquaint people with the story. It's about Thunder, a 2-year-old Great Dane, might very well be dead today. According to the rescue groups involved in trying to save Thunder's life, quote, the former owner's wife abused and beat Thunder, unquote. The one person who loved Thunder, her husband, tearfully reportedly handed over Thunder to the city of Hayburn, Idaho, who has, according to multiple sources, threatened to, quote, take Thunder out to the desert and shoot him, unquote. We have another good old boy system here. The petition, which is now closed, has reported, quote, Hayburn Police Department has shown continuous disregard for the welfare and well-being of the dogs within their jurisdiction, unquote. Over 10 respected out-of-state Great Dane rescue groups have offered to take Thunder. All the pleas, the petition, and begging from legal pundits around the country have fallen on deaf ears, according to the source of the Inquirer who wrote this story. The former animal control for Hayburn, who was replaced this year and now serves as an officer with the city police, is now advocating for Thunder to be killed. One loyal advocate for Thunder is sleeping outside the facility in her car to try and stop his death. Recalling the advocacy of Cindy Sheehan, the mom who stood outside then-President George Bush's Texas ranch to protest the Iraq War, which took the life of her son and so many others, this one person is making a stand to save Thunder. Thunder, according to those close to this case, is a victim of the same sort of good old boy system. American Pit Bull Examiner called the city of Hayburn and was directed to one person, Greg Richens, city superintendent. When we tried to obtain answers about Thunder's pending euthanasia, we were directed to his voicemail. The case has been wrought with controversy, with clouded information about a dog who reportedly chased a kid on a skateboard with no official documents produced. Okay? Boy, that's that good old boy mentality. My goodness, all the dog wanted was to play, I'm sure. The case has been wrought with controversy, with clouded information about a dog who reportedly chased a kid on a skateboard. Now, that statement right there, unbelievable, with no official documents, okay? The first supposed incident they are counting as part of the occurred on August 24, 2012. Surprisingly, the city has never received a copy of the police report, if it even exists. So, you know, it gives 2 email addresses here for the prosecuting attorneys. And, you know, I just don't get it. I mean, I just don't understand. There's no dog bite. There's no injury to the child. There's no police report that's been turned over. They're just, what are they going to do? Take the dog to the desert and shoot him. Oh, what a big, brave, tough guy that is that's going to do that job. You know, exactly. It's just another example of the police shooting dogs.
Yep. And I was just going to say, Kathy, you know, obviously I'm in the UK and I'm always asking you about the laws of America, but isn't there a law that says, you know, they've got to at least prove the bite or whatever? It's got to have actually done something by law, but you can't just say that dog's vicious or that dog's got attitude or whatever and shoot it. That surely's got to be wrong. There's got to be a law that stipulates something. You know, you just can't say, well, okay, I just believe because I'm a law enforcement or whatever that I will shoot this dog.
Well, there's so many law enforcement officers who hide behind their badge, and, you know, they're cowardly and they hide behind that badge. And there are a lot of law enforcement, and this is not just me saying this. You know, I've had this brought to my attention. A lot of people are very frustrated and angry about police brutality. I mean, you can go on the internet and find loads of articles from cities around the country and around the world where they're doing things that they totally violate our civil rights. They violate our amendments in the Constitution, and you and I would think there would have to be justification, but in this small town mentality, that's their justification. Oh, please.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know about you, Kathy, but I think it's maybe time they had an Ask Sue call.
I would love that. I would love that. You do so well on these calls. I'm not going to interrupt. I always enjoy your
Don't stop me. I'm going to stumble because I'll be honest, I don't know the story 100%, so let's just go with it, okay? Let's ask him. Let's send a bit of thunder his way.
Hebron Police.
Hello. Is it possible to speak to Officer Mike Devers, please?
Speaking.
Hi, Mike. It's Sue Davis. I'm calling live on the Ask Sue radio show. I just wanted to know if you'd be able to give me some information over the dog called Thunder, please. Hello.
Are you there?
Oh, we are, yes. Hello.
Hello. You want to call back, Sue? Hello?
Yes, I'll try that again. You know how annoyed I get when that happens.
He certainly heard you say his name.
Must be busy now. Oh, that's old chestnut. Let me try one more time for luck. Now, that seems very convenient that he wasn't busy 2 seconds ago, but now is.
Of course. Of course.
No, I think it's safe to say he doesn't want to talk.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right, well, unfortunately, I do hate when that happens because, of course, I always feel like we can't quite do about it. If anybody'd like to call in, yes, definitely you, Penny, 347-327-9694. That's 347-327-9694. Do you know what? Sorry, forget that for a minute. I'm going to have to ring again. I've just seen what Chrissy's just put, and that's enough for me. Let me just try one more time. I think, let me just see if he answers this. Oh, it's busy now. Oh, my life. Hold a minute, I can't put the phone down to him. Hold on a minute. Let me just put the phone to him. Okay, it's okay, thank you. Stupid thing. Oh, hold on a minute. We've got a caller on the line. Let me, right, so, what should we do, Kathy? Do we give the number out for people to give them a call and ask, or?
Sandra only has 2 hours left, and that's so sad. He only has less than 2 hours. And that's
shall we announce the number for everybody to call in, do you think, or?
Well, you make that decision, Sue. I'll go along with whatever decision you make. I don't want to jeopardize his life, but at this point, it looks like they're bent on killing him anyway. And I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah. Chrissy, can you post the link in for his page, please, and let me know what you think? No, I don't know either. It's like I feel like I'm stuck in between the devil and the deep blue sea, to be honest. I just find it difficult. I feel like if we don't do anything and we don't give out the number, nobody can call. But vice versa, do you know what I mean?
Go ahead and give the number out.
I'm almost tempted to say to you, shall we find a bigger radio and bring them from the radio, from us, and just ask them to look into it?
So it's entirely up to you. It's whatever you'd like to do. I'm with you. Whatever you want to do. I don't think we should leave this alone. I think we need to fight for Thunder up to the end, because what they're doing is wrong. And we have sat back and watched as so many dogs have been put down because of assumptions or misunderstanding about a situation. I mean, I'm looking here at this, and it's pretty blatant. There's not been any injuries, no bites, no. It just sounds to me like the poor dog is a victim of a marriage gone bad, and somehow the wife is promoting, because she knows she can hurt her husband that way, and they're obviously angry, and here an innocent animal has to die. So that's such sadness right there in that story.
Yep, exactly. Do you know, I'm sat here, I'm thinking, right, what can we do next? I'm struggling.
Well, I mean, you just put weight up there, and that is a Tennessee station. They're not going to do anything because this is Idaho too.
Sorry.
So at this point, I'm sure the media has already been on it, but I'm more than happy to look real quick and see if there are news stations in that area that we can call. Absolutely, I will.
The thing is, I mean, the fact that Examiner have actually put their link out there, I mean, and they've actually said, that we got the update, obviously, off the Examiner. I think it's just disgusting, even though us people are speaking out, that they still think that they are actually beyond the law.
How often do we see that? How often
absolutely.
do we see that? So,
let me just say something, right? And this is for the idiots that are listening, that you are literally going to kill this dog. What do you actually think you are going to gain by killing this dog? What do you think that you are going to get a medal for it? Do you think you're going to get a pat on the back because you were so brave? You would get a bigger and braver award from all of us if you actually rang into the show and said to us, actually, it's okay, you don't need to worry, we're not going to kill it. Do you honestly think you're going to get a reward for the fact that you went and shot this dog that can do nothing, that has not got a voice? Do you really think you're going to get anywhere for doing that?
Well, that's the demented mentality of these. I don't even want to call it a name because, quite frankly, I can't think of one suitable. But they think, they want attention. They want attention. They're like a little kid. A little kid wants attention. If they can't get good attention, they do something bad to get bad attention. All to see their name in the headlines. All about getting notoriety. Well, I'm not going to get any notoriety for keeping this dog alive. In their mind. So they think, if I kill the dog, people will really take that serious, and they'll really look at us like we're the bad dudes we are. That's not exactly how it works. And unfortunately, I don't know what it takes to get the message across to these people that they're not looked at in a positive light when they do this. They're not, and they're certainly not reveled and revered and respected, not at all.
Yeah. Kathy, you know what my geography is like in America? Where is Hayburn exactly? Hayburn Police Department, where is that?
It's in Idaho, but that's over towards the California coast. It's over near the western part of the country.
And where is our friend Jennifer? Anywhere near?
Over near, yes, absolutely. That would be good.
Right. Damn it. The phone. Hold on. Sorry, I've just got to find a number very quickly. I'm just aware that we're running out of time, and I don't want to be late. Let me just tell everybody that if we do run out of time doing this, that I will get in touch with our good friend from the show, Jennifer Edwards, who is an attorney, and maybe we can get her to actually help us. I'm just flicking through my book while we're at it, but I will send her the link to the page straight after the show, except I can't find the number off the top of my head. Damn it. Right, I'll tell you what, shall we just fetch in this other caller in while I'm looking forward at the same time?
Absolutely. We've only got about 10 minutes left, so absolutely get a call around. Sure.
Hello, and welcome to the show.
Hello?
Hello. Hello, hello.
Hello?
How are you doing?
Hey, Sue?
How are you, love? You all right?
Yeah, I was just wondering, did you get any new pictures on Crowley?
Do you know what? I haven't, and if I'd have had a brain, I'd have got his number to actually ring him live on the show. Have you got his number?
No, but I can catch it. Let's see if I can catch it real quick here.
It's all right. I'm trying to find Jennifer.
Copyrighted at the end of the show, but just because all this is new stuff coming up, we hadn't planned on. We just got breaking news in about the Great Dane, and we just got this information here about the photograph. So this is like we're ending the show with all kinds of new topics here.
Just to let everybody know, we are going to be trying to get together a 24-hour radio station, so you'll be able to have updates throughout the day from the pair of us. Just to let everybody know that we will be letting other rescues do shows as well. So cross your fingers and hope that works very soon.
Absolutely.
What I'll do is I'll give Jennifer a ring straight after the show. I'll get in touch with her straight after the show and sort that out as well.
That will work.
I'm not finding that number.
Say that again, Kathy?
I'm not finding the phone number.
No, do you know, I
wanted to work for me here.
I'm just seeing if I can find Jennifer's number actually off the top of my head as well. Do you know what, I might have found a number. Hold on. Right, I'm sending her a link via email right now so she can look into that. Do you know what? I love it when we do stuff live on the show and the whole radio goes quiet because I'm forgetting I'm going to need to talk, not just work.
Okay, I have a number of 337.
Right, hold on a minute. 337, yep.
788.
788, yep.
4101.
Right, and what was his name again? I've forgotten his name already.
Greg Jones.
Greg Jones, that's right, yeah. Right.
Good afternoon, Crowley City Hall.
Hello, is it possible to speak to Greg Jones, please?
I'm sorry, he's not in today.
Oh, is he not? I spoke to him the other day from the Ask Sue show and asked him if he would be able to email me some pictures about the Crowley Animal Shelter, and he did say to me that he'd send me a video and some photos. Could you just remind him that I haven't received them yet, please?
Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to give you his voicemail because he's checked that as soon as he gets in. Hold on, please.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that's nice. Good. He needs a simple reminder.
On the radio. That is. Let's see.
This is Mayor Jones. Please leave a message as I cannot take your call at this time. Thank you very much.
Hi, Hi, good afternoon, Mayor Jones. This is Sue Davis from the UK calling live on the Ask Sue show. We were just wondering if you'd be able to send the promised photos and video of the Crowley Animal Shelter, please. You can email me at asksueshow@gmail.com. That's asksueshow@gmail.com. Thank you very much, and I look forward to speaking to you. Bye-bye. Are you still there, everybody?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't cut the wrong one off.
Yeah, they're all busy, and he may have just needed a simple reminder phone call. So that's really good that you did that, and
exactly.
I hope that came quickly. I do hope he sends them to you.
Yeah.
I hope so
well,
too.
The thing is, we have been told that the shelter has changed and it's improved and everything, and so we're giving the benefit of doubt. I just want to see that it's improved and it looks better, and and the dogs and the animals and the cats and everything are all okay.
Yes.
So thank you very much for that reminder for that. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to say y'all do a wonderful job. I've been listening periodically when I can, and it's unbelievable the work I've seen you ladies do.
Oh, thank you very much. We've got a good team stood behind us, I can tell you.
I know you don't sleep very much. I mean, I've seen you guys racing, but you've got a lot, and the animals really appreciate it.
Well,
thank you very much indeed.
I think, when adrenaline kicks in, it really drives us, for all these long hours. But when we stop, it's like hitting a brick wall. It just hits us instantly. And I think when we do go down and finally hit the ground, and sleep, then, oh my goodness, that sleep is such a deep, hard sleep. Or it's just the other end where you're so tired that you can't shut your brain off. And we've had many hours like that. So
definitely.
I know that feeling where you're so tired, there's no way, even if you wanted to.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much for calling in, and I appreciate that. And I shall let you know as soon as I get the emails and everything off him.
All right, Sue. Thank you very much.
Okay, cheers.
Bye-bye.
Thanks very much.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
She has done a great deal. She has done a great deal of work there with very little to work with, and that's such an economically challenged area she's in, and that poor shelter was just like a little tin shack. I mean, literally. She's gone in there and tried so hard to change things. And people like that we really have to admire, and I know we do. You and I both admire a great deal.
Definitely. Just want to say to everybody that I will be calling some media straight after the show, and also I will be giving Jennifer Edwards a call to speak to her about Thunder, because I will do my best. Myself and Kathy will have a few phone calls straight after the show to see if we can actually make a difference. And if so, we will update you on the Ask Sue Radio Show network and hopefully give you some updates very, very soon. Kathy, let's just very quickly, I think, give another, let me see how many seconds we've got left to the show to be able to think. Right, we've got 3 minutes. We just want to remind everybody, Kathy, if we just give everybody a reminder of what we need to be shouting out. Let me just, I'm not actually on the link. Are you there at the moment to be able to give it?
Oh, I'm not, but I much know it by heart. Tonight in Campbell County, Tennessee, the county commissioner's office at 6 o'clock. Go to the page, the Facebook page. You'll see the address. It's on Main Street at the courthouse. We just ask you to please be peaceful, respectful. That's the best way to get something done, by being calm. And we just want the taxpayers to voice their feelings. They need to be heard, because it is the taxpayer dollars that's funding these local political positions and the shelter. And, it's only right that the people have a chance to give their voice and to be heard. That's fair. That's what's fair. So the information is on the Facebook page. And other than that, that's it. For me, and we've covered a lot of stuff. And what is the link again for the woman who was walking? I highly encourage everyone to go say thank you and show your support for the woman walking.
Yeah. Definitely. Just to repeat to everybody, sorry.
No, her link is up there, right? Cindy, the woman who walked, her link is up there, right?
Yes. And it's also on the event, which is on the Ask Sue Show group as well. We've got all the information on there as well.
Terrific.
Just to repeat to everybody, if you've not seen this Exposing Betty Crumley page, it's Exposing Betty Crumley, information needed here. The phone number, if you cannot get to the County Commissioners meeting tonight, that's April the 15th at 6 o'clock. If you can't get there, please give them a call, 423-562-2526, polite but firm. Please do not be horrific to them. They are just the secretaries, they're receptionists. They have not got no rights on everything. You just can give them messages. So please, no kicking off to them. There's no point. Also, there's the Animal Advisory Board meeting tomorrow at 5 p.m. in the same location. So if you can't be there tonight, please go tomorrow night because the Campbell County animals need your support. So please help them as much as you can. Kathy, again, thank you very, very much for tonight. I don't know what we'd do without each other.
I know. We're huge support for one another, but you know what? Our advocates that we work with are huge support for us. And it's with them that we continue moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. And also, please, go and tell everybody about us. Tell them about the show. Tell them about the pages that we put together. We are going to be after other shelters that are doing wrong things to our animals, and that we are giving a voice to the voiceless. And we ask for your support. And please, if you've got any information at all, you can either email asksueshow@gmail.com, or any information about any shelters, you can email privateshelterinfo@gmail.com. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you very much to Kathy.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you, everyone who called in to listen. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and until next time, take care. Sue, good night, my friend, and I will speak to you soon.
Yes, you will indeed. Thank you very much to everybody that's joined into the show. Thank you very much to all our listeners. Thank you very much to everybody in the chat room, and thank you very much to each and every one of you. Please have a safe good night, and we'll speak to you all very, very soon. Good night.